I am not going to stop. I'm going to keep going and just end this video when I'm done. Hello, my fam. It is Perez. And hello, world. I will be talking about Britney Spears and so much more because that is what I addressed with my therapist earlier today. I just finished my session and I've been chronicling my therapy in videos, hoping that it could help people. And it's been helping me. And I felt like this past week, I really benefited from the objective perspective that my therapist was able to provide for me. And I filled him in on everything that's been going on. And I talked about it on my podcast. So I've already addressed Britney Spears. I already said what had to be said there. So I informed my therapist about that, but he shared more with me that was enlightening that, my co-host didn't bring up, which is not only was I a different person back in 2007 and 2006, but so was society. So were most of us. Back then, even people like Diane Sawyer and Matt Lauer thought that a lot of what Britney was doing was alarming. And thankfully, I realized the wrongs of my way. My therapist said the people who don't change, who don't realize that they were doing things bad, those are the ones that you should be scared of. And he just laid it all out for me and knows me so well, like you do. You watching right now, if you're a member of my fam, you know who I am today. You know my heart. Many of you have seen my journey. And that takes work. And I applaud myself. I have had people send me death threats, people saying that, I don't even want to repeat it. Over the last week, I've had the worst things sent to me. And maybe last year I would have said, I deserve that. But you know what? No, I don't deserve that. And if you think I do, that says a lot about you. So, everything that happened over the last week, it didn't weigh me down, but it did affect me. And thankfully, I was telling my therapist, I think I handled it well. I didn't want to send out some tweet, and my other YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel is dark at the moment. That's a whole other story. So I waited for the podcast to really speak. And I said all there is to say there. If you haven't listened to my podcast this week, check it out. I talk Britney and I talk Evan Rachel Wood. You can hear the Perez Hilton podcast with Chris Booker on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or directly at perezpodcast.com. And it is what it is. Maybe, my therapist has given me hope that maybe in the future people will let me grow and evolve. But for now, it seems like many people aren't, and that's fine. That's on them. They need a villain. They need to blame me or Justin Timberlake or Britney's father for everything that happened to Britney. That's fine. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about those people. And I'm tired of saying, oh, I deserve it. It's the consequences of my actions, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but you know what? I'm not sitting at home crying about it. No. And I'm not going to stop doing what I do. I'm not going to quit because you think I should. I could do what I do and do it differently, and I do. And that is the test. So yeah, I said my piece on my podcast, but it was still a bad week. It's funny because like you're okay with certain things and then themes keep coming back. Like for me this week, there was a big recurring theme about getting older and like looking at the mirror and I'm like, I feel like I should get Botox because I want to, because it would make me feel better about myself. Should I get Botox? I don't know. And this thing is really becoming like a big insecurity. Like this isn't going away. And Valentine's Day is coming up, and that's a bit of a trigger. I'm celebrating my 5-year anniversary. 5 years without any sex. That's code because my kids watch my videos. 5 years without any sex. And we talked about men in my therapy session today specifically, but you know what? It wasn't all negative. Like, and it's not all bad. Like, yeah, I reiterated that most gay men hate me, I think, and that if I were to die today, the world would celebrate. And those are heavy topics, but I just mentioned them and I kept it moving and I'm not like in despair. I'm not feeling desolate. Like I have things that I'm looking forward to, like my son's birthday next week. And I think I'm I'm getting a makeover of some kind. Maybe not Botox, but maybe Botox. Who knows? And spring break is coming up and I've made my plans, which I'm keeping a secret because my kids watch my videos. But things have been good. And like Clubhouse has been so good for me. Clubhouse has been good for business. I had a Zoom today. I've had an explosion of people booking me for coaching, advice, consultations on Cameo because of Clubhouse. Oh, I saw you on Clubhouse and I wanted to get a Zoom with you. And I love doing that kind of work and connecting with people, helping people, sharing insights, sharing ideas, giving feedback. And this one dude even slid into my DMs from Clubhouse. And I got real excited for a moment because he's around my age. He's a gay dad. He's Cuban from Miami and he's handsome. Oh my God. I was like all of a sudden imagining our future together. And then we start chatting and DMing. And then he lets it slide that he has a husband. Happy for him. But just that little bit of getting excited about something, that desire to have companionship and a partner and ideally a husband, it's still alive. And I am such a different person than I was, my therapist told me. And I know, and I'm a good person. And I was recounting to my therapist all of the things we did this weekend, which you will see eventually on this channel. And we had a very busy and fun weekend. And just doing things with my kids makes me happy. Seeing my kids happy makes me happy. I've been getting so many signs from the universe lately. Like during my therapy session, almost immediately when I stopped all of the heavy stuff, my daughter Mia comes inside and she showed me this. And she said hi to my doctor. And I said, oh, how nice. You wrote my name. And she said, no, I wrote Marto. And then she started laughing uncontrollably, like the most infectious laugh. And it was as if God, the universe, sent her at the perfect time. And then she came back again later during therapy and gave me this. And then she came back again during therapy and gave me a book that she made for me. Because I do therapy from home on the phone with my wonderful therapist, whom I love. And earlier today, I shared the photo earlier this week. You know, you guys know I do my therapy on Monday nights. And I've gotten into this schedule of posting videos, vlogs, family videos every other day. So earlier today, Monday, my mom called me over to her house because up in the kitchen on the top cabinet, she keeps photos of my dad, her dad, and my mom and her mom. So my father and then her parents. And my dad's photo had fallen down. And she keeps it up there with her saints because she's very superstitious like that. And she said, oh, I need you because you're tall to help put it back. And it was like, just like looking at my dad and just that energy and just like, I don't know, me viewing it as a sign. It was beautiful. And just being reminded, like every time I look at a photo of my dad, like how much he looks like my son, it's wild. That was a sign. Like there are signs. There's signs all around. Call it the universe, call it God, whatever. But it's not all bad. It's good. I had a great Zoom today with somebody else talking business about a possible thing that might happen in the future that I'm very excited about. I still love my job. I'm still grateful for all of the things and getting to connect with people in different ways. And Clubhouse has brought so much happiness to my life, cheesy as that sounds. Connecting with people, inspiring people. Or even like connecting with Lindsay Lohan. I chatted with Lindsay on Clubhouse for about an hour and 15 minutes or close to an hour and a half. And I was telling my therapist, she's somebody like me who made so many mistakes in the past, who so many people think negatively of. But she's a different person now. And hearing Lindsay speak, Lohan was vibrating and on a higher frequency, and she was so inspirational. Like you could tell she's been working on herself and she's been meditating, and it was beautiful to hear and beautiful to reconnect with an old friend and somebody who's been through something very similar to me. And she's still here. And she was lovely. So yeah, that's life. Not every week is going to be roses, but I think I handled everything well. And the future is bright. And the people that get me, a big hug to you. Bye. I don't want to say anything else. I do want to send light and condolences to Dr. Berman. You know what I don't want to go there. I love you. Bless you. Thank you. I'm a good person. I'm a great person. I am not who I was. You're a great person too.